Welcome to Mobile Legends!
Defeat the enemy, I'm full of energy. I can lead a team to victory. Got the first blood, too legendary. Taking you all out, go RIP for another layer. Ay. Let me see you moving, never gon' stop. Ay. Epic fight queen, that's so hot. Ay. Let's celebrate, we got 2 shots. Come and battle, come and battle. Ay. Let's hit the next level. Come and battle, come and battle. Ay. I'm the real king, right rebel from Earth to space. We party, place to place, honey, from Earth to space. Mobile Legends, start the race.
The way you look into my eyes, I know you want it. Wag mo kong subukan, dare me, I will take you home, yeah. Bago pa maubusan ng tao, uminom na tayo. Huwag ka nang magpakipo, sayawan mo na.
Hi, I am Teacher Grethu, and these are my students. They all have different personality. Here's the Mr. Matalino. I can say he makes studying a hobby. The 2 Mr. Feeling Foggy. They are the most naughty students I've met my whole life. So annoying.
Make it look like it's
Here's also Miss Maldita. The social media princess. My God, there is no hour she can post a pic of her in social media. The walang pake. Well, I don't know why she like that, but believe me, they are all good at school.
No sleep, no sleep, no sleep. Tryna do my thing, but you always got me in too deep. Can't breathe, can't breathe, can't breathe. You keep making faces that I don't wanna see. I don't like the way you talk to me, saying you can talk to me. However,
Okay, so for today we are going to have a recap about all the topics we have tackled. So, who can help me recall all the lessons we have discussed?
Ma'am, the previous lessons that we have tackled are
the self from various philosophical perspectives, the self, society, and culture, the self as cognitive construct, the self in Western and Eastern thoughts, the physical and sexual self, and lastly, to buy or not to buy. That is the question.
The self from various philosophical perspectives. Now, who can give me the names of the philosophers and their philosophical perspective about the self? Anyone?
Ma'am, one of ancient philosophers is Socrates. He believed that
the man is composed of body and soul.
For Socrates, this means all individuals have an imperfect and permanent aspect to him, and the body, while maintaining that there is also a soul that is perfect and permanent.
Very good. How about you, Mr. Escanilla?
St. Augustine, ma'am.
Stand up.
St. Augustine, ma'am. Simbahan na, bro. Simbahan dito, bro. St. Augustine.
How you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine.
St. Augustine is a medieval philosopher who believed that
man is bifurcated nature, the body that dies on earth and the soul that yearns in the communion with God.
Impressive!
another philosopher, ma'am, is René Descartes.
For him, the self is a combination of 2 distinct entities, the cogito, the thing that thinks, which is the mind, and the extensa, or extension of the mind, which is the body. He also believed that the mind makes man a man.
Another modern philosopher monk is Gilbert Ryle.
He believed that what truly matters is the behavior that man manifests in his day-to-day life.
Great! How about the other philosophers like Plato, Saint Aquinas, David Hume, Merleau-Ponty? And oh, I almost forgot. The Mr. Late Comer. Very consistent late comer. Mr. Blancada.
Yes, ma'am. Socrates believes that a mind is composed of body and soul, and his student Plato added three components of soul: rational, spirited, and appetitive soul. And Saint Augustine believed that a man is bifurcated nature, the body that dies on earth and the soul that yearns in the communion with God, while Saint Aquinas believed that man is composed of matter and form. David Hume believed that the self is just a bundle of expression, which Immanuel Kant opposed. While Merleau-Ponty believed that the mind and body are so intertwined that they cannot separate with each other. Ma'am, sorry ma'am, I have no idea.
From the contemporary literature and even common sense, self is defined by the following characteristics: separate, self-contained, independent, consistent, unitary, and private. Language has something to do with the culture, at the same time, have a tremendous effect on crafting the self. Mitz Vygotsky believed that human person develops through language acquisition and social interaction. Without a family, biologically, and sociologically, a person may not have even survived to become a human person. The gender self is then shaped within a particular context of time and space. The sense of self that is being taught makes sure that an individual fits in a particular environment.
The impact of one's family is still deemed as a given in understanding the self. The kind of family that we are born in, the resources available to us, and the kind of development that we will have will certainly affect us as we go through life. Without a family, biologically and sociologically, a person may not even survive or become a human person. Just like in building of self-esteem, it has started in our family.
From the contemporary literature and even common sense, self is defined by the following characteristics: separate, self-contained, independent, consistent, unitary, and private. Language has something to do with the culture. At the same time, have a tremendous effect in crafting of the self. Mitz and Vygotsky believe that human persons develop through language acquisition and social interaction.
Hi, I'm May, and this is my story. Bata pa lang, sanay na akong mag-isa. May mga kakilala pero matalik na kaibigan, ni isa wala. Bahay, paaralan, bahay, paaralan. Yan lang madalas kong puntahan. Pinagbabawalan kasi ako na makipagkaibigan, makipagbarkada. Dahilan nila, hindi ito magdudulot ng maganda. Wala itong maidudulot na maganda. Keso, malilihis lamang ang aking landas. Tututong magbisyo, tututong maglakwatsa, matututong magsinungaling, at kung ano-ano pa. Kaya, nasanay na. Nasanay na ako na walang kasama. Pagtapos ng eskwela, diretso na, matik, bahay ang punta. Ganito na lang talaga siguro ang daloy ng aking istorya. Paulit-ulit kumbaga. Minsan, nakakasawa na. Ngunit, tila wala naman akong magagawa. Eto ako eh. Eto lang ako. Eto lang ang kilala nilang ako. Baka naman magtaka sila kung bigla akong nagbago. Pero minsan, napapaisip din ako. Ano kayong pakiramdam ng may kaibigan, no? Ano kayong pakiramdam na may naghihintay sa'yo pagkatapos ng mahabang araw mo? Ano ang pakiramdam na may kasama ka sa paglalakad pa uwi sa inyo, yung tipong wala naman kayong ibang gagawin kundi ang mag-ingay sa daan? Yung may makakausap ka kahit wala namang kailangan, yung may makikinig sa'yo tuwing mayroon kang pinagdadaanan, yung may kasama ka sa kasiyahan man o kalungkutan. Ano kayong pakiramdam? Meron kang natatawag na tropa, yung tipong alam mong bilong ka. Hanggang pangarap na lang ba talaga ang mapabilang sa kanila? Ang makipagtawanan kasama sila, ang makipagbiruan at makipagkwentuhan. Hanggang pangarap na lang ba talaga? Minsan, naririnig ko mula sa iba, makipaghalubilo ka naman sa kanila. Huwag mo sanayin ang sarili mo na mag-isa. Makipag-usap ka sa iyong kapwa, masaya, subukan mo. Wala namang mawawala. Subukan mo lang. Pero wala. Ito lang ako. Ito lang ang kilala nilang ako. Si May na tahimik. Si May na minsan lang kumibo. Ako nga pala si May. At ito ang aking kwento.
Magandang dilag, puso ko yung nabihag. Wala nang hinanay, ligaya kang labis. Oh, magandang dilag.
You're so beautiful, ma'am. I want to be like you someday.
I know. And you will never be like me.
I need this forever, baby. I need this forever, 'cause I lose myself around you, girl. You got some kind of way. There's me something about you, girl, that makes me wanna stay. I could spend the rest of my life ride or die with you. you. That's just what you do. There ain't nothing in this world, nothing in this world like a Philippine.
Hi, Mom.
Who are you?
It's me, your makeup artist before. So, you inspired me a lot.
Well, congrats to you.
Western Thoughts looks at the world in dualities wherein
You are distinct from the other person.
the creator is separated from the object he created.
In which the self is distinguished and acknowledged.
Buddhism. In Buddhism, the self is seen as illusion, born out of ignorance, of trying to hold and control things or human-centered needs. Thus, the self is also the source of all these sufferings.
Taoism, living the way of the Tao or the universe. The self is not just an extension of the family or the community. It is part of the universe, one of the forms and manifestations of the Tao. The ideal self is selflessness, but this is not forgetting about the self. It is living a balanced life with society and nature, being open and accepting the change, forgetting about prejudices and egocentric ideas, and thinking about equality as well as complementarity among
Westerners also emphasize on the value of equality, even if they see that the individual can rise above everything else.
because everyone is in their own in competition. One can say that they also promote ideals that create fair competition and protect the individual.
Asians, with their collectivistic culture, put more emphasis on hierarchy as the culture wants to keep things in harmony and order.
Western thought belong Confucianism, Taoism, and Buddhism. Confucianism focuses on self-cultivation, while Taoism is living in the way of Tao, and Buddhism had seen the self as source of all sufferings. Western thought is individualistic culture, since it focuses on person, while Eastern is a collectivistic culture, since social relations are given more importance.
Drop the beat.
Ako si Maria, tulog sa umaga, gising sa gabi, night shift kumbaga. Kung sino-sinong lalaking katabi, kung sino-sinong labi ang sa katawan ko'y dumadampi, naging kasanayan na. 1,000, minsan kahit pang almusal ay sapat na. Marami na akong naririnig na panghuhusga. Di nila alam ang totoong dahilan kung bakit ko ito nagagawa. Bata pa lang ay nakaranas na ng pangmomolestya hanggang sa naging ganap na dalaga. Di na alam kung may pag-asa pang maitama. Dulot nito, isang malalang sakit ang aking nakuha. Unprotected sex at multiple partners ang siyang naging pulot-dulo ng aking kinakaharap na problema. Kaya hanggat maaari, abstain from sex before marriage para maiwasan ang sakit na maaring sa buhay mo kasiyahan ay ipagkait.
Infections are the most common problems associated with the reproductive system in adult. Usual infections include those caused by Escherichia coli and STD.
In males, the common inflammatory conditions are prostatitis, urethritis, and epididymitis.
Neoplasm are major threat to reproductive organ.
Tumors of breast and cervix are the most common reproductive cancer in adult female and prostate cancer in males.
Sexual problems may be classified as physiological, psychological, and social in origin.
Physiological problems are caused to abnormal development of the genitalia, or that part of the physiology controlling sexual response.
This includes vaginal infections.
retroverted uteri,
Mastitis,
adrenal tumors,
diabetes,
Senile.
Changes of the vagina.
and cardiovascular problems.
These are some of the contraception methods.
condoms,
Calendar method. Pills.
self-gratification means self-stimulation that leads to the sexual arousal and generally sexual climax. Usually, most self-gratification takes place in private as an end in itself, but can also be done in social sexual relationship.
Sociosexual behavior. Heterosexual behavior is the greatest amount of sociosexual behavior that occurs between only one male and one female.
excitement phase. It is caused by increase in pulse and blood pressure. It is a sudden rise in blood supply to the surface of the body, resulting to increased skin temperature, flushing, and swelling of all the ostensible body parts.
Platypase. It is generally of brief duration. If stimulation continued, orgasm usually occurs.
Sexual climax is marked by a feeling of abrupt, intense pleasure, a rapid increase of pulse rate and blood pressure, and spasms of pelvic muscles causing contraction of the female reproductive organ and ejaculation by the male.
Resolution phase. It is the last stage that refers to the return to a normal or subnormal physiologic state.
With the primary reproductive structures are formed, development of the accessory structures and external genitalia begin. The formation of male or female structures depends on the presence of testosterone. Once formed, the embryonic testes release testosterone, and the formation of the duct system and external genitalia follows. Diseases associated with the reproductive system include STD, Escherichia coli, and neoplasm. Erogenous zone is part of the body that is primarily receptive and increasing sexual.
She like a song played again and again, like something of a poster.
Ability to include sexual arousal. It has two types, solitary and socio-sexual behavior. The hypothalamus and the limbic system are the parts of the brain believed to be responsible for regulating the sexual response, but there is no specialized sex center that has been located in the human brain. STD include chlamydia, gonorrhea, syphilis, chancroid, HPV, HBS, and trichomonas vaginalis.
Wow, ang ganda talaga totoo.
Kailangan ko kaya to? Dami-dami ba naman kasing kailangan bilhin?
The material self, according to James, primarily is about our bodies, clothes, immediate family, and home. We are deeply affected by these things because we have but much investment of ourselves to them. Russell Beck posits that we regard our possessions as part of ourselves. We are what we have and what we possess. The identification of the self to things started in our infancy stage when we make a distinction among self and environment and others who may desire our possessions.
هضل احبك برا 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 هضل احبك برا 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 برا
Nung akala mo.
Sumbahan mo na, bro. Kuski gamay.
May supporter sa tika sa kuski gamay.
Kasi.
Naghanap kasi ka ng ka-editan ni mo, ha?
Naon ko.
Ato ito ulit sa ako.
Dito tanak ka naglantaw sa Iza, si Zaway cameraman.
Ala, oo.
Pwede naman ba?
Kung gusto yun, dili. Dapat dili.
Oo.
Dapat dirigid.
Good. Good, nice, next.
Yeah, baby. Spark me, daddy.
Sir, naka-play na na?
Close up. Ayusin mo nga yan. Ano ba yan? Tatay na puli yan. Ay, God. Gapi lang mata.
Pwede naman ya. Yidirakan.
Sige na, iway na.
Pwede naman dira-ara.
Sige. Ayusin mo nga yan. Ano ba yan?
Hani na si ma'am padali. Pwede na sa paglantaw nila sa imo. Sud naka-on dyan na sa mo. Ay, kabidyohan.
Musulod ko, tapos sa lugar ako, sa pulihan awan diha. Anak lugar.
Dili po, dili pa kayo mag-discriminate. Kung baga ang gapon.
Hampol gani gihapon.
Matapad lang tao.
Hi ma'am. It's me.
Remember me?
Okay.
What? Pag-save ko idaan man.
Roar.
Kayo, 3, 2, 1, go.
Oy, suko na ka na. Suko na lagi ka na. Suko na kay ka. Suko na kay.
Dili, tindog na siya.
Dili, real ako.
Tindog na
Dili.
siya. Dili, tindog na siya.
Nakalingkod man gud siya sa reality niya.
Oo, nakalikod lang sa reality.
Tapos mutindog ra kan si Ja.
Tindog na siya.
Mutindog ra kan si
Dili,
Ja.
mutindog si Ja.
Mutindog pa tapos mula na si Ja
tapos
nga.
sorry ma'am.
Wala Iza watubag.
Duha ba ikaw isa?
Ano, tulala si Ja?
Hoy, ano nang isla ka naman mo? Waya pa man.
Action.
It is generally brief observation.
Sorry.
Bro, ulitin natin yung gangster na rap pero girls ang topic. Drop the beat! Brr! Gangsta. Gangsta life. I'm here. Brr! Brr!
Hello mga girls, master is here. Shampoo kundi